Hi everyone, welcome to your space and thank you for watching my weekly tips. This day or this week I would like to focus on something I've mentioned before, and that is focus. So we're going to speak about how it sort of works in our brain a little bit when it comes to what is in our line of vision. And I'm going to do a little experiment with you right now through recording this video. So our brain is actually constantly evaluating what is around us. I guess it's a primal reflex to keep us safe, but there is constant judgment about what it is, what it is that I see, what it is that I sense, and there is a constant information coming from the environment to you, and there it's constantly processed. So your brain picks up something from your environment and has certain references to it. So this is a door. Okay, door is safe. What is the color of the door? It's white. Do I like it? Do I not like it? So from the point when you just glimpse the object, there is already a story going on about, do I like it? Do I not like it? What does it remind to me? What are all the memories that I have that are connected to this object? This is extremely fast and you might not notice it, but it's always there. So this constant calculation is going on in our head the whole time we are awake, without us noticing. A great way how to notice is meditation. Maybe many of you have tried it. If you just sit down to observe your thoughts, you would be very surprised how much stuff is going on in there. And that's why when you start meditating, you start like sitting down with your eyes closed just to eliminate the distractions, and still there are so many distractions. If you meditate and you hear a sound, your mind immediately jumps onto that sound to be like, what it is, where is it coming from, what does it remind me of, is it safe, do I like it, do I not like it? It's always constant, and we are very visual people, so whatever we see, we are just being bombarded. And you might notice that sometimes you start thinking about something and you're like, where did this come from? Why do I have this train of thoughts going on right now? And then you remember like, oh my god, I have just glimpsed something that reminded me of something, and now I have gotten to all of this story. Maybe you might even notice that you're having a hard time paying attention to what I'm saying because of the background that's constantly changing behind me. So I'm going to give you a little bit of break from the distraction. So what I'm hoping you noticed in the last minute is that everything in your line of vision is pulling at your attention and is somehow distracting you, even though it might be subconscious. There is a lot of story going on at the back of your head about what it is in your environment and what it is that you see. And obviously that's totally normal, and I'm not trying to tell you to live with bare walls and with nothing around you, but I'm just hoping to make you think a little bit more about what it is that you put into your environment and what story does that object carry. So I will give you some examples of what has been happening to me with my clients. I had a friend and she was extremely busy, and I was going to remake her living room, and she had all this big painting on the wall and this little painting on the floor, and next to it there was this whiteboard, and I've asked her, what is that about? And she said, yeah, well, this whiteboard is here for me to sort of organize my life, so I'm planning to come to it and write down everything and spill my head. Alright, brilliant idea. How long have you had this whiteboard in here? And she said it's about 1 year that the whiteboard has been standing there. And I was like, well, that's really great. You are having such a busy life that you feel like you need to organize it to a whiteboard, but actually the whiteboard has been standing here for 1 year, reminding you that you don't even have time to do that. And so every day when you're in your living room and you scan your environment, I mean, it's there, you don't even need to scan anything. You see that whiteboard, and there is going to be a story at the back of your head that you might not be paying attention, but it's going to be wearing you down. So that's just the one thing. There's many different things, and I would just like you to take a fresh look at your environment again and see, is there an object that is actually carrying a story that is going to have a negative sort of memory or negative load or shame or guilt, or just reminding you that you don't have time, reminding you that you're not as slim as you used to be, you know, reminding you that you're not as pretty as you used to be. There's so many stories and so many things that we surround ourselves with to just remind us all of these things to make us feel a little bit guilty. So take a fresh look at your environment, take a careful look at your environment, and try to get into that meditative state. Maybe you're going to be looking just around you like 360 and go inwards and try to listen to what is the story that's going on inside your brain about all of these objects that you have in your line of vision, because maybe one of them might be stealing your energy and might be wearing you down just because of all the heavy and negative emotions that object is carrying and symbolizing for you.